Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Diamond. Mm, Sorry, I am late. I went to the mall because I had to get some stuff for my trip coming up soon. So I didn't get back to late. My name is Diamond Stylz. I go live usually every Friday unless I'm traveling or super busy at 7. And yeah, I am the executive director of Black Trans Women's Inc. I am also the host of Marsha's Plate podcast. You can listen to us on all platforms that you stream on. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yes, today we're going to talk about Tina Turner. Just, my thoughts and her amazing life. Serenity, how are you? Hey, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you. I like this said it's thank you. It's hey Brandon. How was y'all week? Mm. Let me see. Let me see. Stressful. I got a traffic ticket on Monday. Hey, Trishawn, was you speeding, child? What you get your ticket for? Glad it's the weekend, but people were on this week. Mm, have My week hasn't been stressful. It's been just a bunch of emailing back and forth with people. I had to I had to call these people. They owed me some money. They were supposed to pay me. I thought this is my at the end of the conversation. I was the one who was wrong. So if you're like a speaker or if you are like you do like work for people, they pay you in various ways. And so the normal way, the way that most of us like is to pay direct deposit, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like we give them, our information and you know, and they deposit our coins. And so sometimes when you are in the process of working and you have multiple gigs throughout the month and blah 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 blah, you like sometimes you like, okay, I'm waiting on some money and it never came. You like, what's going on? Like, cause you got your um me, I have a spreadsheet of people I'm supposed to be paid by when I did the event. And so, honey, we supposed to get our coins by this month or by this time and blah 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 blah. So I have a little spreadsheet that I enter all the information in. So at the end, when it's time for me to pay taxes, I know all the money that I made. I know, all that kind of stuff. When who owes me a I-90, I-99 or whatever, I-90, I can't remember what it's called, but who owes me money so I can keep track of my coins. You know how that goes. And so I hadn't got no coins from them. And I'm like, honey, I did y'all event early in the month. I'm supposed to what T.S. Madison saying? So I'm like, where my damn coins at? Child, what I didn't realize was, and I had went back in the emails to see if there was some particular details that I was supposed to get. And so I went and I looked and I was like, I don't see anything that's giving me details. I know it's giving me details of how much I'm going to get paid. I gave them my W-9. I gave them all the things I normally give them. And so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I emailed her like, hey, sweetie, I need my coins. What's the tea? I ain't got no coins from you. She says, girl, we already paid you. I'm like, what? Honey, baby, I had went outside and honey, the check was in the mailbox. I don't ever check my mailbox. But the check was in the mailbox. So I had to email her back and say, oh, sorry. I got it. It came in the mail. But I hate when people pay me in check, girl. Direct deposit me. But yeah, just a bunch of back and forth with emails. Nothing, not a lot of meetings, but nothing stressful. But yeah, they have sent me a check, child. I I ain't tripping. I can, honey, take a picture of the check and send it to my mailbox and send it to my bank. So I don't be tripping about checks, but I prefer you to, honey, send it to me, send a direct deposit. But you sending me a check, child. That's so, yeah, so old school. It's like, who is doing that still? Who does that, honey? And this is Little Mermaid week. I went to see Little Mermaid and I loved it. I'm probably gonna go see it again tomorrow. Probably. I don't know. But I went it was beautiful. Haley Bailey is perfection. It is gorgeous. Um, it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. During the Under the Sea, I'm not gonna, y'all know the story. I don't have to spoil. It's no such thing as spoiling Little Mermaid. Y'all know what happens. The Under the Sea scene where Sebastian is telling her under the sea, take it from me. That song Under the Sea, baby, it is beautiful, beautiful. It was so beautiful that it got me emotional, but I feel everything. So anyway, it was so beautiful how they did the cinematic sequence of Under the Sea. Gorgeous. It just was so pretty, and they used the pretty kind of animals to do the scene, the sea animals and different sea animals that we didn't have in the other movie, in the Younger Days movie, in the 80s, 89 movie. And so it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Um, her hair. So Haley's hair in the water, I actually liked it. I think people were complaining about her hair not being red enough, but in the water, I actually liked it because it was almost like a natural red hair. First of all, the mermaid sisters, always sickening. Her sisters in the beginning sequence, sickening. One of them name was Tamika. Beats. Ate it. Um, ate. Um, Melissa McCartney. Oh, Melissa. I wasn't sold totally on her being Ursula, but she ate it. The only thing, nothing about Melissa was wrong. I loved her. Even her song, even how she did. I don't musically. I don't love um, Poor Unfortunate Souls, but it wasn't bad. It was more theatrical and more like a theater person doing the song instead of a actual singing person. So you don't get musicality that you get from the original Poor Unfortunate Souls, but you do get the theatrics, and then her cave looked beautiful, like it's glowing. She's still giving the essence of Ursula. She definitely is giving that. So it's no I didn't feel let down by Melissa being Ursula at all. She killed it. Um I did not like any of the new songs that they added. They did add new songs. I did not like any of them. um yeah, all the songs that I liked are the ones that were the original songs. Um One of my favorite parts of the original movie was Kiss the Girl. Um, there you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. Ooh. Oh, I love it. I love Kiss the Girl. So that song was pretty, and some of the elements of that song I really enjoyed. Um, just I'm a musical person, so I'm going just the musicality of that song and the different things. Like, you remember there was one scene in the original where the background, every all the animals were singing the background, like on the original Little Mermaid. So all the animals were singing the background. The fish, the birds, the wind, and the little grass was doing the flutes, and then the strings. The grasshoppers was doing the strings or whatever. So it was the animals. This is a little different, similar but a little different. And so, but some of the elements that I love, because so there's one scene where in the original where the little baby fish were jumping up out of water singing harmony. La, 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 something I can't remember the exact harmony. It's different little harmonies they were singing, and I love that part. And so in this one, there is something that happens during that scene. I don't want to ruin it for y'all because it's a little different than that. There's something that happens in that scene that I really like that they incorporated in the live one. In the original one, Scuttle. Hey, Robert. Um, in the original one, Scuttle can't sing. Okay, Scuttle can't sing, so sometimes when he try to join into the singing with all the rest of the animals, he fucks it up. There's some moments of that too that I really really like. Um, There is like I said, none of the original songs, I mean none of the new songs I actually like. There is a song by Scuttle um and Sebastian that seems like they trying to rap. And I was in the theater like, what is happening? It's not a rap song, but it's like, what is happening here? What is happening here? This seems, so yeah, I don't like any of the original songs, but I don't like any of the new songs, but all of the originals, absolutely love. I think they did them justice. I think they did them amazing. Um, every every scene that I like about the original, they kept in the new one. So every scene, like little unique things. Let me see what I'm talking about. You remember Eric's dog? So like Eric's dog. You remember when remember Eric dog remembers her saving Ariel saving Eric because Eric dog was around. So when she comes back in human form, Eric dogs remember her. Remember? In the original. Stuff like that. Her interacting with the dog and he know her tea. That was cute. Cute little movies, not little movies, cute little moments when say you remember at the end when I'm talking about the original. You remember at the end when when everything is out the bag and Ursula and the shell cracked at Ariel's feet and the shell came back into Ariel's mouth and she was singing. And Ursula was like, "You're too late," and crawled to her. Like you could see Ursula, um, her tentacles come back, and she crawls to Ariel and snatches her off the cliff. That's one of my favorite scenes in the cartoon. They do that in the movie, and it looks amazing. What other parts? What other parts? Oh, there also a part that I really like in the original is when Eric and when what's Ursula little pet's name? Let some jet some now I got her boys. The boss is on the road. I can't remember her little eels, whatever they name was. Anyway, when they kill her eels and she gets angry and start growing. One of my favorite parts in the original movie is when she's growing and her crown, the spike, flotsam jetsam, yes. Her spike is growing big, and it splits Eric and Ariel apart. They keep that in the scene. That's one of my favorite parts. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um. Oh, when I don't. This is a part that I really liked in the original, but they didn't do it in the new one. So I like little tidbits. It's certain little tidbits of that I like. So these are things that they didn't do. So um, when Ursula is singing "Poor Unfortunate Souls," um, so sad. When she says, "This one longing to be thin, and that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them?" Yes, indeed. What she does, you remember in the original, she is like doing the little, she's doing her hands, and those little creepy things. I don't know what to call them. She done turned merfolks into those little creepy things. When Ariel's coming into her lair, there's this little garden of things that we know that they're old um mer people that done lost their deal or whatever. And so she does her little hand, and one is a fat girl and one is a scrawny dude. Remember that part? Do y'all remember that part? Like she said, this one longing to be thin, and that one wants to get the girl. And do I help them? Yes, indeed. And it's like a fat girl and a scrawny little dude, and she make the dude buff, and she make the girl skinny and sickening, and she bring them together. They didn't do that part, which I love that little part because that emphasizes, her magic. So I don't know. And then another part that when I was little that I thought in that scene that I was like, and just as a little kid, like, how dare this bitch? when when Ariel does get her legs, when she takes her voice and the little stuff starts to turn her into a human, Ursula doesn't help her get to the surface. It's Sebastian and Flounder that gets her up to the surface so she can breathe. But in this one, it doesn't really do that. It doesn't really do that, but something else happens. But yeah, when I was little, I was like, oh, she's fucking evil. She was just gonna let her drown because what she got legs because she don't know how to use her legs. So that's how I was when I was a little kid. So that little part was embedded in my memory, and that didn't happen. Um, I really didn't like how Sebastian looked. I wish that they would have used another version of Crab, but I don't know if what other version I would have used. But yeah, Sebastian looked ugly. Like he just doesn't look. He looks like a crab, like a reality crab. I don't know. I wanted him to be. I don't know. I don't like how he looked. And then Scuttle wasn't a seagull either. Scuttle in the original movie, he was a seagull that looked like a normal little seagull with the beak that you see like in Seattle. The yellow beak, the white coat. This is Scuttle in the movie is one of them birds that swim and catch fishes under the water and come back out. One of them, whatever them birds are, that kind of dive in the water to catch fish and come back out. Because he's swimming in the water with Ariel and Flounder and them. And I'm like, why he ain't eating Flounder? But anyway, um, but yes, he's doing a lot of in the water stuff with them. Um, I remember you singing the song in the video. Yes. It's one of my favorite cartoon songs. I'm so excited to take. Let me see how much time. Okay. I'm so excited to take my niece tomorrow. It's her first time at a movie theater. Oh, that's so cute. She's gonna love it. It is. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. Um, I went to the 3D one. I didn't go to the regular one. I went to the 3D one. Um, Trying to think of what else. There are like so we know that Haley is there's multiple black characters, multiple other races too. Like there's multiple. It's very diverse in its representation of people. Okay, um, so we know Haley. That was the controversy. She's a black mermaid. We know that part. Um, Eric's mother is black too, but they kind of explain a little bit. They don't go into explaining why he's a white boy. They don't go into detailed explanation, but they explain how is your mama black? They give you a reason why he looks how he does, and his mama looks like she does. So I was like, but the explanation makes sense. Remember, this is a seafaring world. And there is a more so than the cartoon in the movie, there is a stark difference between the sea world and and the and the human world. In the sense of in the original movie, it's almost like the human world didn't even know the mermaids existed. But in this world, they do know they existed, but we don't fuck with them. Got it? So I don't want to ruin how that works out, but it's more about we don't fuck with them, bro. They shady. Let's let that go, honey. Um, it ain't just they don't know. Did they include the deaf mermaid? I think so. I think that there was a mermaid that was sign languaging. At what else? Yeah, didn't like any of the new songs. There were new songs, didn't like any of them. Um, Haley earned her check. There was songs that Haley wasn't that Ariel don't sing on that honey Haley was singing on. So honey, she earned her check, baby. They said we gonna get this voice on as many songs as we can get it on. She definitely earned her check. Um, what other one? What other one? Oh, I was talking about her hair. So her hair in the water, I really, really enjoyed it. But out of the water, I didn't. It needed to be. It was too blonde. which makes total sense because in the water when it's wet it's going to be darker, but when she gets out of the water and it's dry it's going to be a little lighter. So it was red, but it was kind of like a lot of streaks of blonde, a lot of streaks of it wasn't blonde, but it was like that reddish orangish blonde. Halle, like Halle Berry. Yes. So yeah, she's dope. She killed it. She she just was beautiful. She was gorgeous, and I mean she was just perfect. There's nobody else. That lady looked like a whole damn fish with them eyes that's that far apart. That lady looked like a fish that done became a human. That her voice was powerful and beautiful. She does. She was perfect. That lady is perfect. She was perfect. Did they incorporate her locks? Yes, her they were doing you know how the Bailey sisters do, like they'll do their locks wrapped in weave, like wrapped, and so it'll be different textures in there. Um yeah, different, different goddess locks like that. So they'll do that. So I just the only negative about the hair was it wasn't really a negative. It's just it got light when she got out of the water, which makes total sense. When she got out of the water, it was um it was a little lighter than I would have idealistically wanted it to be. I wish it was a more redder, but because they were out of the water and it was drying, it makes sense. It's going to be lighter. Um, what else? Yeah, I don't like how Flounder look. I don't like how Sebastian looked. It's something about their character that I didn't like how it looked. But the acting and the voiceover, that stuff, they do great. They do amazing. I'm not really a fan of what's her name, Aquafina, but a silly Scuttle character, it makes sense. She did good too. So I don't want to. I'm not a fan of hers, but she did good. Especially when they started to do the little rap number, kind of rap number. I was like, I didn't like that. Um, yeah, that's about it. I loved it. Go see it. Go support it. Definitely ready to see the new color purple. She is in that too. Yeah, so many details in the book. I was saying on Facebook, if y'all follow me on Facebook, y'all see me say this. I want to hear about Harpo's mother. So if you read the book, you know um, Harpo's mother, because a lot of people watched it and was like, "Well, where was Harpo's mother?" But his mother actually, when she was married to Mister was still chasing after Suge. So her being, and he was abusing her too, and so her being, being abused, she found a lover. So unlike Celie, who stayed in the house and just was abused, she went out and found her a man. But um, unfortunately, um, her lover killed her. And so I was saying that I would love for them to go deep dive into her character. I want to hear that story, how her lover killed her. Um, She's really trying to push her rap thing, child. Even though Alice Walker is being late recently, yes, very transphobic and silly, defending J.K. Rowling. So part of me is like, ugh. But there's so many black actresses on this that I want to support. I don't know, but yeah, I want to see it. And it's an adaptation of the musical, the Color Purple musical. And so incorporate it's gonna incorporate more things from the musical, more things from the movie. It's gonna basically come together, and they got more money. And you can look at the cinematography. It looks dope. It looks pretty. It looks good. Some people were complaining about what's her name, Taraji P Henson playing Squeak too. Yes, I would love to see Squeaks. But I think they go in more detail on the in the. They're gonna go in more detail because like the musical goes in more detail. Um, but I think people was complaining about Taraji P Henson playing Suge, but I'm like, I feel like she could play Suge. I feel like the Benjamin Button character, she could with that character. I feel like she could play Suge. She could. Suge isn't a complicated character to play. And then there's only one scene with Suge that's really emotional depth, and that's going to be the church scene, the scene when she comes back with her father. Um, and we've shown and Taraji to me in Hidden Figure, we've shown her emotional depth, her being able to carry um that emotional depth. Because I felt her emotionally in Hidden Figures. So I think Taraji got it. And if we're talking about singing, I think they intentionally showed her with Stephen Mackey doing vocal training and intentionally showed her singing. She is a theater kid. She may not be the greatest vocalist, but she is a theater kid out of Howard. I can imagine her not having no kind of vocals. And then they intentionally put that video out showing that she do got some vocals. So Sierra is Mary Agnes. Mary Agnes. Is that Squeak? I thought, who is her? Who is her? Who is she playing? I thought her was playing Squeak. Ain't Mary Squeak, Mary Agnes? Ain't that the same people? Unpopular opinion. As much as she gets on my nerves, Cynthia Erivo musically was a better Celie to me. Fantasia is going to be great, but she was never the standout in the role for me. Um, yeah, yeah. Her is Squeak. Yeah, Mary Agnes and Squeak is the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sierra's playing her. I thought. I thought. So yeah, I thought her was playing her. Her. Yeah. Oh no, Fantasia over Cynthia every day of the week. I like Cynthia's voice better. I like Cynthia's voice better. But I don't know about Celie. It's something about Fantasia that gives me Celie. It's something about her. It's something about her. I like Sierra is Nettie. No, I'm trying to say it right. Hallie is Nettie. Hallie is Nettie. Sierra, I don't know who Sierra is, y'all. I know Nettie. Oh, older Nettie. Sierra is older Nettie. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Nettie! That's what I meant, purely in voice. Cynthia's version of I Am Here is just top tier. Yeah, I like Cynthia's voice better than Fantasia, even though we know Fantasia can sing, like we know she got a voice. But if I had to choose between those two, yes, I would pick Cynthia's voice. But it's something about Fantasia playing Celie and me seeing her as Celie. I don't know. I like it. I like Celie as Fantasia. I mean, Fantasia as Celie. I don't know about her being Squeak, but Sierra being Nettie. I'm gonna watch to see if they have the acting range. But Sierra as Nettie as an adult, we don't see Nettie as an adult till she's older. That's she don't need to be the greatest actress. If you remember, she didn't. We don't see adult Nettie to the end. So yeah, and they don't really talk too much. They cry and all you gotta do is cry. I'm trying to think the yeah, you only hear Nettie's voice talking about Africa. Well, I don't know how they're gonna do it in the movie, but in the new version, but I don't know. But was that even Nettie? That was the son, right? Yeah. I love Fantasia Still Here Better. Yeah, I liked it too. But think I like Cynthia's better. Because I heard Fantasia do it and I wasn't it was good. It wasn't bad, but I still like Cynthia's better. All right, so let's talk about Tina. We know about Tina. We know. This is it out. But yeah, go see Little Mermaid. It is really, really good. Um, so all of this stuff is gonna be duh for Tina Turner. So Tina Turner, we all know that she was born Anime Bullock in November 26, 1939. She is a legend. She is, even though she moved to Switzerland and gave up her U.S. citizenship to go be with her husband. um, she's an American girl. She's a songwriter. She an actress. She played in a few movies. Um, she came into prominence in a group, Ike and Tina Turner Review. She was the lead vocalist. One of the things about her voice, some people were like, she's not a soul singer, she's a rocker. I think she is a soul singer. I think you can be both of them. And I know that she considers herself a rocker, because that was her genre that she went into out of rhythm and blues. And rhythm and blues had a nasty taste in her mouth because it was connected to her harm and Ike. um, but I consider her a soul singer. She's one of them people who has a dynamic voice that stirs your soul. And to me, to be a soul singer, this is my opinion, um, you gotta have that oil. Like that whatever, well, like what the church folks call the oil, honey. You gotta have that anointing that kind of stirs the soul when you sing. And that's not necessarily somebody black, but it definitely has to be. So to me, soul music is um yes, Tina was supposed to be sure. Um a soul singer is just a singer who got that talent of pulling your emotions out. I don't know who that is for y'all, but I think it's different singers for different people. And sometimes we have some of the it's overlap in some people, but it's a few people who it is just something about their voice that just pulls my emotions. Like it's like my emotions is like right there on the surface and they can just stir them without much effort. Who are some of those singers for y'all? Um, Ironically, um, this Whitney Houston is somebody who people get that kind of goosebumpy feeling from. But ironically, it's very few times that Whitney Houston has given me those goosebumps. I love Whitney's voice, but her voice is one of those voices that stirs a lot of people. But her voice is not it's not a voice that has every single time I've heard them sing, it just stirs me. But Whitney Houston is is that for a lot of people. Um, Fantasia serves you. Somebody who stirs me every time I hear them is Jasmine Sullivan. Alice Smith. Alice Smith, baby, she takes my emotions and drags them and body slams them and throw them back at me like, bitch, here, what you gonna do? She punks me every time. Alice Smith is one of the ones that is something about her voice that just says, snatches me. Um, Mary J. Blige is her tone, not necessarily technicality. Um, it's not Mary J. Blige. It's not her. For me, it's not her tone. It's her passion. Mary, when when she's in her zone, her passion can really do it for me. Kiki Wyatt. Kiki is the first person to ever do it to me. Like the first person live in person to ever make me get those kind of chill bumps. Kiki is the first person live. She's the first person ever in my life when I was little. Brandy. Does Brandy give me chill bumps? No. Brandy gives me um it's a different kind of vibe that I get from Brandy. Brandy opens up my musical curiosity. It's like a when I hear Brandy do things, it's like, wow, like damn, like how did you do that? It's like how did you what? Yeah, but woo, I won't say yeah, but all the time. But yeah, but when she did my mind, woo, my mind, woo, that motherfucker had my body in a ball. Jesus, yes. Um, Certain songs from Aretha, not every song, but certain song from Aretha. Luther is my favorite male voice, but there's only a few times. He's like Whitney's. There's only a few times that I got them bumps. It's like, ooh, I definitely have gotten it from Jill Scott. Stokely from Mint Condition definitely has gotten it from Stokely. Um, um, oh, Brandy is like Ella Fitzgerald. Ella Fitzgerald doesn't give me goosebumps in the sense of that kind of anointing goosebumps make your hair stand up. But Ella does shit that I'm like, what the hell is happening? What did you just do? Where it's my musical curiosity of wow. Like Ella puts me in awe. And that's how Brandy does for me. It's like their technicality of their voice, the musicianship, it doesn't have that anointing that I feel in like a Kiki, in like a that kind of a whatever that anointing that whatever you call it, um, whatever the secular word for it is. um, but it does something else. It's the artistry, it's the musicality, it's the intricacy, the technical intricacy that that you don't get from people. That is not norm. That you have to be musically inclined to understand why this is amazing. That anointing that y'all feel from like a Kiki da da da, anybody can feel that. Like you don't need to be musically inclined to feel that kind of power. But to understand a singer like Brandy, to understand a singer like with these technically musically gifted talents, you have to be musically, you got to mute, not you don't got you got to musically inclined to appreciate them, but to understand what they can do that other people cannot do. You have to have a musicianship in you to understand it. That's why you see so many people saying, why do people like Brandy? Because you don't understand what she can do that other singers cannot do. If you don't, you just don't. And it's hard to kind of explain. But anyway, she's one of them people. Ella Fitzgerald is one of them people. Rochelle Farrell is one of them people. But Rochelle Farrell can do some shit, and she got that anointing. Um, Rochelle got it all. Rochelle is a motherfucking beast. Rochelle is everything. Let us see, Patty. Patty just got that anointing. Patty just got the range and anointing. Um, I don't feel any anointing with Tamar. I'm pretty sure she gives it to other people, but not to me. Um, yeah, I ain't come across any airy as Brandy yet. I ain't come across as airy as Brandy yet. I don't know what that means. LaShawn Patterson. Shout out to Black Music Archive on YouTube because he breaks all this down in his channel. I love him. First of all, can we talk about how fine Malik is? Can we talk about not first of all that voice? First of all, that if you not before you even see him, that voice will drop your panties. But have you actually seen how he looks? Fine. That the first and foremost, before I even seen him, I was like, that voice is dropping your panties. But when I saw him, woo! Mm, that's Jesus. Let's talk about. Let me get back on the topic. Because he is fine, 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 fine. Okay. So back to Soul Singer. So I do think that Tina Turner is a soul singer. She just one of the people that knows how to do her thing. She can just sing. She can, it's that kind of rugged, rough, kind of that like Janet Joplin. It puts you in the mind of Janet Joplin. It's when Ike said she kind of put you in the mind of a man, but not really. You are all woman. What's what he say? Yeah. He's like, but you kind of sing like a man. What you mean she sing like a man? It's kind of like it's a roughness about it, but it's a woman, but it's that kind of voice. Um oh, see, you need to see what he looked like. You need to go to his Instagram because that thing is fine. Celine Dion definitely got that anointing, and Celine Dion got the technical skill. There's a technicality to the way Celine sings. I heard her tone and saw coins. Yes, God. Because you rough like a man, but you got the range of a woman, which is money, 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 money. All right, so she has her powerful vocals, and not only did she have these powerful vocals, that once she came out of her shell, she had this electric stage presence. She like when she was with Ike, and take the abuse out and just their stage shit, you getting a show. You gonna get, you got the Ikettes, you got the musicianship, you got the basses, you got Tina's front and center giving you a vocals being sexy. We talk about Jill Scott and jacking off. We talk about Jill Scott jacking off that mic. Remember when she did that song and she was jacking off the mic and everybody was going crazy about it? Tina did that first. There was a song that Tina was stroking and feeling and feeling the mic like it was a penis, and it was beautiful. And Tina did that. Tina had everything, and she did that. That's one of the first people to do that kind of thing on stage where the mic was being mimicked like a penis. while she was performing, and it was cold as ice. um, because of this stage presence, because of this her voice and her performance, and just this kind of this taking, rhythm and blues and just giving it that electrifying energy. She became one of the most iconic figures in history, in rock and roll and soul music. Rock and roll later, but at the time of her the beginning of her career in soul music. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Rock me, baby, rock me, baby. I want you to rock me, yeah, like you ain't, um, like your flower doll. Is that what she say? Like my back ain't got no bone. I can't remember the word, but yeah, she just a powerhouse vocalist, and I think because she had that showmanship. Sometimes when women have that showmanship, it takes away from you paying attention to how sickening their voice is. And one song that to me that really throws you into knowing what Tina had vocally is when she covered uh, I'm so in love with you. Whatever you wanna do is all right with me. Whatever that song is. Al Green, Let's Stay Together. I think her version of Al Green, Let's Stay Together is so powerful and beautiful. I get chill bumps every time I see it. When she does it live, when she does the recording, I love her doing that song, which lets you know, baby, yeah, I'm a rocker, but baby, look, I can do this. I'm a singer. I can sing. I can sell a song to you. And I love that. I love that about Tina Turner. Um, oh, excuse me. So she comes into fame with her husband at the time, Ike, in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Um, they One of their hot songs was Proud Mary. We know that why that was sickening is at the time, you know, nobody was doing that sped up version like they were doing. They did the little slow, left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I never lost one minute of sleep. But I was worried about where the things might have been. Doom, 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 big well, keep on time. Ah, proud Mary, keep on burning. And we're rolling. Yes. So, and then they go into the fast one. That was their signature to that song. That song had been sung by other people, but you don't know any other version except for Proud Mary, the Ike Tina Turner version. Once they did the song, any other version, who cares? Who cares? Then she was usually only working with Ike, but this one incident, they let her work with somebody else, and I think who was it? Who was the dude that was it? Phil Spector? Who was a creep, by the way? He was a creep. Yeah. But she did River Deep Mountain High. Do I love you, my oh my? River deep, mountain high, yeah, yeah, yeah. And if I lost you, will I try? Oh, how I love you, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. When you were a young boy, did you have a puppy that always followed you around? I'm gonna be as faithful as a puppy. No, I'll never let you down. And they get stronger in every way. And it gets deeper, baby. Let me stay. Do I love you, my oh my? The river deep, mountain high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love that song. That is my song. So, yeah, so it became this. She had a just a unique voice, and we got to see what Tina can do. And as you saw during the movie, what's love got to do with it? That kind of wore Ike out because people started to see Tina as Tina, like the showstopper that she is. Um, so we know the history of Ike. He was abusive. Tina comes from Nutbush City limits, Nutbush City. So she comes from this little town. So she in this relationship with this dude who is abusive and a cheater, womanizer, da 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 da. So eventually she get the strength to get the hell up out of there. And so she leaves him and start doing shows, like in Vegas. And she's just at this particular time, it's almost like she's like this old washed up act. Okay. So by this time she is giving very older woman. She's not young spring chicken no more. Um, she's performing, she's doing these Vegas show clubs, and she really want to be a rocker. She really, if you know the movie, she wants to be a rocker, and somebody finally give her a chance. And in the '80s, baby, and this is when I meet her first time in my life. So when I meet her, she was a sex worker. Not a real sex worker, but she looked like one. When I saw Tina Turner walking down the street in a jean jacket and some big hair and a leather mini skirt and some heels and a red lip, she looked like a sex worker to me. So I thought she was a sex worker. I thought she was a prostitute. That's what prostitutes looked like when I was growing up. So my first time seeing Tina Turner was in her video "What's Love Got to Do with It," and she had, I didn't know her until damn this lash. Hear me out. Oh, get out of my eye. So I didn't know I will, as I get older, I will learn the history of Tina Turner. But when I'm very first introduced to Tina Turner, I am probably like 3 or 4, and I remember one of my first musical images is Tina Turner walking down the street. You must understand when the touch of your hand make my pulse react. I don't know the words. Only a feeling of perfect opposites attract. It's physical. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Only logical. Do-do, do-do. Yeah, I don't know the words. But that's the first time I see her ever. And it's a vivid memory of me. Tina Turner walking down the street. It's two memories that I remember when I'm very, very when I was very, very little. Tina Turner walking down the street in her heels, jean jacket, leather skirt. Um, and Cindy Lauper, girl just wanted to have fun. I remember in Indianapolis, there is a in the middle of downtown is Monument Circle, and there is a lady on top of the monument there, and I always thought that that was Cindy Lauper on on the monument. I don't know why I thought that was Cindy Lauper, but I thought it was Cindy Lauper on the monument. And so these are my earliest memories: Tina Turner, Cindy Lauper, and who else was some early memories? Musical, of course, Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson. Um, so yeah, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner, Cyndi Lauper. These are some really, really early memories for me. Um, in his wall of sound method. Yes, 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 yes. So she becomes this kind of in the 80s, she just becomes this global star. She releases her breakthrough album in 1984, which is called Private Dancer, dancing for money, do what you want me to do. Which is funny because that's the same that premise of like a stripper dancer. That's the same premise. I just recently watched Donna Summers. That's the same premise of bad girl, toot toot, beep beep, bad girl. That's the same premise. Talking about prostitutes and sex workers has always been a good way to go when it comes when it comes to music. But yes, Private Dancer 1984 was featured a chart-topping What's Love Got to Do with a Private Dancer. The album sold millions of copies worldwide, earning her multiple Grammy Awards and establishing her as a solo superstar. So imagine how this is this is her journey. Like not only was like her music killing it and her star just shooting, but Tina was freaking breaking records in the stadiums, like filling stadiums up, no problem. Y'all remember when Rihanna? Y'all remember when Rihanna read Sierra? When Sierra told told Rihanna that she would meet her any day on the stage, and Rihanna said, "Bitch, good luck booking that stage." Baby, I had cackled. But yeah, she couldn't say that about no damn Tina Turner because at the time, Tina was the only person selling out stadiums to this capacity, to this level. Tina was making back when it comes to them shows and selling out arena after arena after arena after arena. Tina was at one point, honey, who we think of as Beyonce right now. She was that girl. Don't ever forget it. That's why when we talk about when these artists that we idolize now, most of them will say Tina Turner was you know the pinnacle. That's when she said he pulled the burner out of right because he couldn't take that she was literally making it, without him. You ain't gonna remember the movie. He was like, that little shit you got going on ain't gonna do nothing. We was magic. It ain't gonna be like us. I can Tina. Nah, baby, we gonna be. It ain't gonna be like you. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be bigger and better. And you ain't ever gonna get nowhere. You gonna die broken alone, child. Oh. So she goes on to have a movie about her life that not introduces us to her, but really stamps Angela Bassett's career because not only is she, um, you know, portraying this iconic woman with this iconic overcoming triumphant story. Not only do she play this, but she kills the damn role. So we get introduced to the genius and the talent that is Angela Bassett through her story. And Tina's story is like remarkable. Like it's her personal struggles, her success, all everything about her is like this symbol of strength, a symbol of determination, female empowerment. Um, all these things about her. She comes from like really humble beginnings. she goes through some struggles and she overcomes them, all that shit. That is the reason why Tina Turner is beloved, influential, and honey, she came to do an assignment, whatever it was that, when as an ancestor, they said, you gonna come in this body and do this for the world. She came and did her assignment. She came and said, I'm gonna bust this thing wide open. And that's what she did. Like, oh, she's everything. Um, so I remember in high school, one of my fondest Tina related memories. So I told y'all the story about my best friend Mario the other day. And so in high school, me and Mario, so the very first time that we met, so I've always had the luxury of having beloved friends in my life at most points of my childhood, especially my teen years, um, at various points. And one Mario in my early freshman year, because none of my other friends went to school with me. All of them went to the liberal arts schools like Briar Ripple. It's called Briar Ripple. So nobody came to the school with me because I didn't get accepted at that school because whatever y'all know. Um, so they sent me to Arlington, and so Mario was the only person at Arlington as far as my friends. And so we go when I the very first time I meet him is my freshman year. My my it's my gym class, and at this time I'm very androgynous fish, very honey, tight clothes, but very butch queenie, trying to trying to trying to be a girl, but trying to ease it on them. Just very, very honey androgynous fish. The tray used to wear us out. And Mario was this big old 6'4" ass nigga, heavy set, all this kind of stuff. So we would go in there and we didn't know each other at first. And so we would be sitting in different places on the bleachers. And I would be singing songs. Like I would be listening to my Walkman singing song because you know who is not gonna do no sports shit is me. So all the boys is playing basketball and doing whatever the niggas do. I'm not about to change clothes into these little shorts that they want us to put on. They want us to put on these little shorts and this little tank top. Baby, I'm trying to be fish. I ain't about to. I was already padding, putting pads on for my hips and everything. I can't put my pads on with them little ass shorts. I'm trying to be fish. I'm not about to put no fucking shorts on. And y'all clock my team, baby. Y'all gonna get into these pads, honey. And so, I'm not about to change into them clothes that they want me to change into. So I would just be in with my Walkman with my regular clothes on, you know, and strapped up. And Mario, I would be singing something, and Mario would kind of harmonize. That's kind of like what we would do, not knowing each other. So if I'm singing a song on my thing, he would try to jump in and harmonize because Mario was a really good choral singer. Like he grew up in church, so he knew how to harmonize. He knew how to sing 3-part harmony. He knew how to do tenor. He knew how to do alto. He knew how to do soprano. He knew he was vocally adept in that. So if I'm singing, he'll jump in and give me a little harmony, and I'll be like, "Oh, word!" Because I grew up in church too. So we would just be singing these songs, and if it was a popular song, we would just be singing it. And so that's how we got into a friendship, like musically. We kind of got into a friendship, and then of course I start asking him about do he like boys, and he would be lying about being gay, and I'm like, nigga, I know you's a agate. I know. I don't care what you talk about. I know what you is. You is not about to sit here and lie in my face and make me think you don't like boys. I can, honey, I, I smell it on you. I know. I know my kind, honey. And so finally he comes clean and admits that he's a butch, that he's a butch queen or whatever. So then once he finally admits that he's a butch queen, now we can start talking about the trade, honey. And so while singing or doing whatever we're doing, we also looking at the boys and flirting with the boys and saying stuff about the boys. Which boys we would do this to, which boys we would be do this, which boy we think got a big piece. Now we saying this stuff out loud so the boys can hear us, just to mess with them, just to get on their nerves. And so we just would be gay as hell, just gay as hell. And so our teacher, Mr. Craven, Dr. Craven, he told us one day, he said, look, y'all need this class to pass. This is physical education, and y'all need at least one credit of this to graduate high school. So if y'all, he told us, if we clean up all the equipment when the class is over, if we clean up all the equipment while the boys are going taking their showers and doing all that kind of stuff, then we would clean the he would pass us. He didn't say he was gonna give us a good grade. He just told us that he would pass us. And so we said, okay, that sounds like a fair deal. So every time that they would get done playing the basketballs, we would get the basketballs and put them on the rack. We would get the whatever the tools of the day was. We would do that, and we would pass. So every time we would meet up in first period, and then we would and how our class would go is, okay, everything would happen in the gym and we would be on the bleachers and da 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 da. But when it was time for the bell to ring, like for us to go to second period, by that time we are all like in line at the gym, not the gym door. I don't know. So you go through the gym to the locker room, and then there's a door to the hallway. Everybody would be lining up at the door to the hallway, but we couldn't go out the door. We had to stand at the door. We couldn't be in the hallway. So we had to stand there. So we'd be lining up waiting for the bell to ring so we can go out. And all the teachers would be standing in the hallway telling us, you can't be in the hallway yet. Wait till the bell ring. So we're all lined up in the locker room. And so by the time you get to the locker room, also the locker room is where the boys is getting dressed. So they'll be being freaky. You know how boys be homoerotic. That's another thing. Do y'all notice that how young boys play is always homoerotic? They smacking each other ass. They playing with each other dicks, showing each other dicks. It's always homoerotic. I love Arlington sports and dance more than Broad Ripple. Yeah, our sports and talent stuff was way dope, which is crazy because y'all had all the artsy people. Y'all had all the artsy people, but I'm still glad that I went to where I went. It worked out because I don't think I would have enjoyed Broad Ripple like I thought I would have. So they always would be doing some homoerotic stuff. Like as soon as we would go, even though they would be wearing us out, calling us gay and calling us agates, um, um, because of that, like they would be doing some gay ass stuff, like trying to pull their meats out, trying to show us their booty while calling us gay, like pulling their pants down, showing their booty. You know, you want to look at our booty. Look, what? It would be weird stuff that they would do. So once the bell ring, me and Mario, this is really the only time that we have together in school. Like the beginning of the year, like the beginning of school, the school day is the only time we have together because we don't have any more classes together because I have AP classes. We don't have any more classes. I think the only time that we see each other again is during the end of fourth period. In my biology class, I see Mario in the hallway and we kiki a little bit, and then I go to my I don't know what it's called anymore. I don't forgot. It's the class, it's not a class. It's a I don't know if it's homeroom or whatever. It's the place we go before lunch period. That's what we called it. I think it's homeroom or something. And it's basically you stay in there for 30 minutes until it's time for you to ring the bell and you go to lunch. So anyway, right before that, I would see Mario, but that's usually the only time. So what we would do is we would walk because my class was further. I would walk Mario to his class and then go loop around and go to my class because mine was English. I could easily go from my gym class to the English class because they was really close to each other, but I didn't want to go. I wanted to go and kiki with Mario, so we would go. It kind of would be like a loop, and then I go to my class, taking Mario to his class. So in that loop, what we will always do is do some kind of music shit, some kind of music. And one of the songs that we always will do, homeroom elective survey class, yes. Um, one thing that we will always do, two songs. We would either do "Shake a Tail Feather." You bend over. Let me see you shake a tail feather. You bend over and let me see you do it. Twist it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. And we would do that whole scene where they're like in the middle of the hallway. Do you know how we used to wear them out? It was the gayest thing ever. And the boys would be looking at us like, look at these. And we could give none. We would give none. We would just be doing it, and the cis girls would be egging us on. Yes. And we would be doing the harmonies. We'll do that and we'll do that or Proud Mary, and we will be in the hallway doing it. And everybody, from the teachers to the students, long as the bell wasn't ringing and we had enough time to get to class. But baby, that is my Tina Turner memory. Us doing Tina Turner in the middle of the hallway and trying to perfect it and get all the moves down and not getting it right. But loved that memory, and that's one of the memories that I associate with Tina Turner. Love her. What else? But also, when people be dying in their 80s and 90s, I be like, y'all had a good run. I don't really be sad. I don't really be sad though. I be like, sweetie, 80s and 90s is a good run, my nigga. That's that's above average. That's well above average, child. So I don't really be feeling like I'm missing out on like they missed out on life, especially somebody like Tina Turner. You you got your dream. You got your dream. You got to travel the world. You got people can't say you impacted so many people's lives. Your name is going to go on in history as one of the icons of the music industry. Your coins was looking love. You didn't die broke. You died fucking in a mansion in Switzerland with a husband that you love. You are Buddhist. She believes that she's going to another planet or another time or back as someone different. That sounds interesting to me. Yeah, like it's like you came and slayed. You came and slayed. You came and slayed us. Everybody has a Tina Turner memory. Who don't know Tina Turner? Like you, not that saying being known is like the most impactful thing that you can do in your life. I don't think that, but knowing, I feel like knowing. Yes, I did watch a documentary, and I think I did a live about the documentary. You can check that out. Um, I think knowing I think knowing what your purpose is and what you're doing, what you want to do, and I think figuring out what your purpose is, doing it, and doing it so well that it impacts the world. I can't. That's a successful life to me. And I'm not talking about fame. You don't need to. You don't need to be famous for you to know your purpose and for your purpose to in fact impact the world. I don't think you need to be famous for it to do that. But for me, that's not famous. That's what the criteria for living a good life to me is: finding out your purpose, living that purpose, and that purpose being impactful to the people, to your legacy and the people you touch. I think that is a great life. Long, thanks, Brandon. Long, living a long life. I think living a long life. I never want to. I think some people's lives are too short. I think I'm recently. I haven't finished the last episode, but I'm watching Dear Mama by Tupac. Oh, it is so powerful. Y'all need to watch that. If y'all haven't watched the Dear Mama documentary, it is talking about Tupac, but it's also talking about his mom, and his mom is a lesser known Black Panther civil rights leader, motherfucker, and we don't know enough about her. And it's sharing her impact on the culture that people don't know. And so it's talking about his story and her story at the same time. Um, it's on Hulu. It is so good. It's called Dear Mama, and it is so good. Not only is it talking about um, Tupac in. First of all, I think Tupac was trade. I don't care what nobody say. I just don't feel like we would hear about his exploits because of who he is. We wouldn't hear about him dealing. But there's nothing about Tupac that does not scream trade to me. Like, not, and I'm talking about the kind of trade that is too intelligent not to be trade. Like, there is two types. Oh, is this gonna be problematic? I don't care. Listen, this is problematic, but this is just what I think. What my life has taught me. There's two type of trades in the world. There is the type of trade that is too dumb to care about what people think. They not they not slow. They might be a little bit slow, but they're normal, but they're too dumb to care about what other people think. So if they want you, they want you. They're almost too mentally dumb to care, to be scared of people's public opinion. There's that type of trade. And then there's the other type that is the opposite. They are too smart to not be trade. They they know that whatever they do behind closed doors, people won't know. And they know how to play the game to be able to do what they want to do. Slick and not have anybody know. And they're witty, they're intelligent, they are caring usually. It's just a certain type of dude that they're smart enough to be down low, smart enough to never get caught. They're smart, they're intelligent, they and it's usually fun to engage with them. So those are the two type of dudes that I normally see. Too dumb to care about being down low, and too smart to not understand the pleasures of this side of the coin. You have, and this is nothing against, heterosexual sex. It is amazing. It is amazing. But homosexual sex is amazing too. And if you have enjoyed both, if you can enjoy both, why not enjoy both? And that is where they're too smart to not be, to not explore. Why would you just enjoy one side of the pleasure of the world? Hey, Miss Polk, they know how to play the game. Get your number, engage with you without people knowing. Yes. I don't see what the problem is, darling. Exactly. There are people who are who enjoy the pleasures of the world. And they know that it comes in many forms. It comes in vagina, it comes in penis, it comes in the mouth. It comes from many different places. And so they can find those things. The booty hole, they can find pleasure in all of those things. Ah, they can find pleasure in all those things. So when I look at Tupac and see his vibe, I feel like he would betray all the delicacies. Right. It's multifaceted splendor. Right. All of that. And when I see him and see him engage, like, uh, and you have to be a trans woman. I don't want to say you have to be a trans woman. That's not true. But I don't know. I'm a trans woman, so I only have my experience. But there is a way that when I meet men, I know that I can have them. Thank you, Miss Pope. I know that I can have them just by how they engage with people, how they engage with me, how they engage with people, how their mind works. Like I know I can have them. Like I can just tell. I can tell when a man is trade. I know I can. Uh, my my radar is so exquisite. I can tell. It's very few people that I have ever been wrong. It's very few. It's very, very few. And I don't care. There's no way to prove it now. He did, but I feel like if I would have met Tupac, he was trade. Just based on how, just everything that this. I never felt it before until this this documentary, which shows so much more interaction with him, with other people, and different things, in how his brain worked. Yeah, so watch it and watch it with also to learn about Afeni Shakur. She has some dope ass womanist black woman history that you need to know. It is amazing. So check it out. It's called Dear Mama on Hulu. It's a 4-part series. I haven't watched the other parts, so that's why I haven't done a review. Do y'all want me to do a review? It is kind of intimate. And his mom is was a drug addict. She got caught up in the drug scene. And yeah, it's really, really good. Y'all should check it out. Yeah, y'all should check it out. Thank you for the super chat. Um, What else? It's really, really good. It's really, really good. I love it. So make sure y'all watch it so y'all can be able to talk about it and tell me what y'all thought about it. Make sure y'all thumbs up. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yes, I think Tupac died too young. Imagine what Tupac. And I'm going back to the conversation about living a long life. I feel like Tupac died too young, and of course Biggie too. But um, I'm trying to imagine. I'm trying to imagine Tupac as an actor. I'm trying to imagine what he would have brought to Hollywood because there's a genius about him that was being tainted by the world, unfortunately. Hey, Darcel, that was being tainted by the world, and you can see it being tainted. Um, I don't know what he would have turned into, but I just felt like he was amazing, um, and he died too soon. I feel like he would have brought so much to Hollywood, so much in his creativity, especially as an older, as a mature older man. What comes with being a man of maturity? Him being young, he still got that kind of Shango kind of fire, that kind of you know, he doesn't have the wisdom yet. But ooh, him him being with his history with the wisdom, ooh, yeah, I feel like it would have been powerful. Once y'all watch it, y'all see what I'm talking about. Check it out. It's on Hulu. Thank you, GB. Every time I see GB, that is my mother's sugar daddy's name. My mother's sugar daddy when she was like 17. Her sugar daddy was like, and he was like 96. He recently passed away. But her first, yeah, her first sugar daddy that I knew of. From Shango to Abatala, yes. Shango. Yeah, I feel like that's just what it was. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I think rap would look different and so would entertainment. I think it would too. I think he had a consciousness about women. I don't know because it kind of got weird because of what was going. Remember, he had gotten accused of that rape. They go into detail about that too, but he didn't. It wasn't he was accused of the rape. He was accused of letting the dudes rape her, and that wasn't in his mentality. And so he was devastated by that, about not protecting her. And it just they y'all need to watch it. It's really, really good. I like a little Shango all the time, a little bit. I feel like I need to marry a like an Ogun or a Batala. But I feel like a Shango and an Ace shoe is a little fun. Maybe a little Oya, you know. Um, but yes, Shango kids be life of the party. They do. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, so I feel like if you know your purpose and you live a long life, long and your legacy, you impact multiple people in your life. I feel like that is good. There also is something about aging that's sad as well. It's aging to that age. aging to like the 80s and the 90s, especially the 90s, because most people are not getting up there. And so by the time you get to that age, everybody that you have ever loved is usually going to be dead. And there is a loneliness and a sadness that comes with that when I think about it, especially if you I can see it being kind of cool if you're an old head with a career like a like a Betty White, Tina Turner, Cicely Tyson's impact. You already had an impactful career. I can see that, but getting to that age and being a regular person, it seemed like it would be sad. It seemed like everybody, you more than likely, most people that you know and have loved throughout your life is probably going to be dead because they didn't live as long as you did. When you get into them 90s, oh, that don't sound good. That don't sound good unless you have found somebody, that's old and you can still love them. Especially when you outlive your children, even though it was said that they were somewhat estranged. Yeah, it's like, oh, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of can be sad. I think. I You have to witness your own decay, and even get your girls to laugh about it with anymore. Ooh, that yeah. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, your body breaking down, child. Ooh, you being kind of helpless. I just worry about taking care of myself at that age. I think yeah, that's true. If we still have Medicaid and Social Security, I know my aunt, she's in her 80s, and my aunt Joe, and the government, her checks pay for somebody to come take care of her. Yeah, it gets that part, especially as a trans person, a non-op trans person. Oh, it gets kind of. I don't know if I want to be that old and a trans person. It can kind of get like, even though Tina moved overseas and was like F everything and everybody in the US. And I feel that. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about moving to Germany. If I can figure out a place to work, I will leave this month. This month. That's the only thing about moving to somebody somewhere else is figuring out the working situation. I'm kind of if I knew somebody who could get me a job somewhere that I could do, I would hit it. I, I'm getting kind of, I don't want to say scared, just that could be a portion of it. It's just getting so late, y'all, as far as this political shit. And as a student of history, I know it gets worse before it gets better. Who is going to be assassinated? Who is going to be, what's going to be, these people are getting weird and crazy. And not saying that they can't be weird and crazy everywhere else, but I wouldn't choose a place like that. Oh, send me that link, honey. Email me that. But places that I've been thinking about is going to be like Germany, um, any English speaking place because I don't speak any other language. Um, I don't know, any kind of English speaking place. I want to do whatever Angelique is doing. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, you in Florida? I've definitely been to move out of Florida. If I well, look at me. I'm in Texas. I ain't too far from Florida. as far as politically. Only thing that's keeping me in Texas is the cost of living is so low here that, and I live in Houston, so the community and progressive politics are kind of thriving. So it's tons of queer people, so it almost can make you feel comfortable. But definitely, the cost of living is so low. When I tell people what I pay for rent, they for as big as my apartment is, people be like, "Bitch, what?" But yeah, my cost of living is so cute, and my area is so cute. I live right by everything that I need, shopping, everything, every kind of shopping, all the groceries. I don't live in a food desert. It is. I live in the opposite of a food desert. The whatever the opposite of a food desert, a food oasis. I live in a food oasis. There's nothing but food around me, whether it be fresh or whether it be fast food, or whether it be restaurants, whether it be um, um, farmers markets. I live by so many things. Whatever the opposite of a food desert is, that's what I live in. It's so many things that I can do. Farmers market, from grocery stores, from a Walmart to um, HEB to City Market, Kroger, oh, three Whole Foods. Everything is so expensive. I gave up trying to buy a house. Me too, child. I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy a house, but all the houses now after COVID. Yeah, I love Houston, but I'm also ready to go. I've been bit by the. I've been bit by the out of the country bug. When I go out of the country, it just feels like life is different. And everybody who I know that I've seen them move to another country, they look happy. Like they are thriving. They are doing their thing. Angelique going to Paris and getting her life. It's three people that I know that moved to Paris that are getting their life. It is my homeboy Jock. He moved to Barcelona and then now he moved to Mexico City. He moved to Barcelona not speaking any Spanish, stayed there. Now he speaks a little Spanish enough to move to Mexico City, and now he's getting his life in Mexico City. Didn't he left? He used to live in Atlanta. Went to Barcelona and spoke no Spanish. Now he speaks Spanish conversationally, not super fluent, but fluent enough to do shit. Talk about it. The house ain't even built sick anymore. You're totally right. Mm. But yes, we got like 15 minutes. What y'all want to talk about? What else haven't we talked about? Um, and I would say I would move to England, but like London or something. But I don't like how their politics is going either. I don't like that shit. Um, I really enjoyed Paris when I lived there. So even though cost of living in Paris is high as fuck, so I don't think there. But um, it's something about Germany, something about Berlin that I feel like I can make work. Um, Amsterdam. I'm going to In about a month, I'm going to Switzerland and Amsterdam in about a month. So I'll be able to see what it's like. London housing is extra expensive. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. How are you? Um, what else? I didn't think about Barcelona. My friend went to Barcelona, and I just didn't like. I never liked his apartments. His apartments was he found apartments that were inexpensive, but I never liked them. And I think it's different being a woman coming to a place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but he's a gay boy, so a gay black boy, honey, they're gonna be fetishizing you, so you can come and be free. Um, but I didn't really. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Germany would be dope. Um, Amsterdam would be dope. I keep seeing a lot of black folks in a lot of black folks in Scotland, but I keep meeting and running into a lot of black people that move to New Zealand, like New Zealand and Australia, and they saying they getting their life. When I'm out of the country, it's like a sense of freedom, white supremacy, and transphobia is so oppressive here. Mhm. There's a lot of large black movements happening from the US to South Korea. Have you heard anything about that? I have a little brother, not blood little brother, but he's Rakim's best friend, and he lives in Korea right now, but he's there for military. But New Zealand, that's surprising. Yeah, I met there's this black girl that I follow on TikTok, and she moved to New Zealand, and she says she hasn't had any issues at all. Yeah, it's a black girl that I follow on TikTok. Now, the First Nation people, the people who live there that's black, but Aborigine, they have a whole different story. But American black folks, they don't. They all have positive responses to moving there. So New Zealand sounds dope. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to adventure. I'm starting to feel like Bilbo Baggins. I'm feeling like I just want to adventure. I am a 42-year-old woman with no children. I spent the first half of my life actualizing myself in regards to becoming, I feel like that's one of the biggest flexes of my life is that I am exactly who I wanted to be growing up. And I'm not talking about like career and stuff like, but as far as who I am, how I am in the world, how I present myself, I am exactly who I wanted to be. Nobody, no, there's no, there's, yeah, I'm exactly. There's nothing that I said that I wanted as far as how I wanted to be perceived by the world that I haven't accomplished. And so now that I'm older, it's like, what now? it's like, it's like, what now? Like, I'm, you know, yeah. And so I'm now for the rest of it, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I want to explore. I want to see the world. I want to meet new people and I want to fall in love again. at least one more time in my life. And I don't think that's here. I think the culture of America ruins men. And that may be, I don't know. There's something about the culture of America um, that there's a shift happening. I don't know. I can't really articulate it, but I feel it. And yeah, it's just different. But yes, I want to fall in love again. But mostly, I want to see the world. I want to see shit. I want to see other countries and see other people and see beautiful earthly views. It's not even about like the culture of people. It's about the view. Um, the yeah, I want to fucking be David Attenborough. Sometimes when I see that man going to places, I'm like, how did you get there? And how can I get there? He be in some amazing, beautiful, scenic views. That's what I want. I want to have these kind of scenic views. There's images I don't know that I want to see. Funny. It's just something about it. It does because it seems like men in other countries can be freer with their emotions and wants and desires. I don't, I don't want to be um, overgeneralizing though. Um, I'm pretty sure there's some amazing men in this country, but I don't know. It used to be. How do I explain this? When I was younger, I would meet I would meet dudes, and because we both was broke and coming up. It felt like we were making it work together. Now I'm in a different tax bracket, and I'm doing different things, and I'm being exposed to different people, and the men that I'm being exposed to, they don't want to deal with the social shit that comes with being with a trans woman. And so they like, oh, I got some coins, so why would I deal with this? When I could get a woman, a cisgender woman, that I ain't gotta deal with none of the stuff that comes along with you. And when you younger and broke, the dudes that was broke, they might, and not on no, oh, I'm a sugar mama because I ain't never been that. But there is a certain security that comes with me as a woman. Even if he paying all the bills and I'm putting in on the bills, there's a certain security and freedom that comes with being with me. He ain't got to be stuck in his mama house. He ain't got to be stuck in his grandma house. He ain't got to be stuck there. He can be a man in my situation. You feel what I'm saying? Even if he paying the bills. So when we were younger, it was a freedom that came with being with me as a young trans woman doing her thing. Um, a man came a freedom that came with me for the man. Um, I keep meeting dudes who they're very much like, oh, you're amazing, but that the stuff that comes along with me being an open trans woman. Now, if I shut everything down and be as stealth as I possibly can, shut down my YouTube, shut down my everything that puts out that I'm trans, I feel like I could do that, and you know, and it could be and just be as stealth as I could be. Um, but I'm not willing to do that. That feels corny. It feels whack to me. It feels, why would I do that? For if I have to do if I have to do all of that to get a man, I don't want that man. Like if I have to do shut my who I am down, I don't want that dude. I'd rather be by myself. Yeah, that feels corny. That feels like a. It feels like it feels like a sellout. It feels like I'm selling myself out. That ain't your spirit. You don't like being here. No, it's not at all. It feels, yeah, it feels like I'm selling myself out. So I much rather focus. But I've already said this. I've already said this about 2 years ago. Um, a betrayal. I don't know if it's a is a betrayal the right word. Who am I betraying? I don't know. I can see how it could fit, but I don't. Betrayal doesn't necessarily feel right. That wouldn't be living your authentic self either, because that's exhausting trying to conform. I feel like I could do it in a way that doesn't feel exhausting though. I'm talking about just and what I mean is not be a public activist in the pursuit of justice for trans people. I could be a regular trans person, not doing none of the social justice work, not doing none of that shit, not trying to teach people, not trying to educate. I could just be living my life as a woman. And I don't think that's necessarily a betrayal, because you there's trans women that are out here who are just being women. It's not like they are like, oh my God, I'm hiding, and they're just not active. Do you see what I'm saying? They're not socially active in regards to shining a light on transness, trying to change the culture for transness. They're not doing that kind of work. They're just doing their normal shit. They're being themselves. They have another focus, and I don't think that that's wrong. I don't think that that is bad. I don't think anything like that. So that's why it's hard to say that it could be a betrayal. I just don't feel like I would want I would I wouldn't want for me to intentionally do that for a relationship. That would be wrong. Me just doing it because I'm tired of activism, then cool. Like I'm just, oh, I'm tired of being in the limelight. I'm tired of doing this shit. Let me. It's not changing nothing. DeSantos is still running for president. They still are banning books. You know what I'm saying? There could be a defeatist thing that says, "Oh, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired." If that was the reason, then yeah, I could do it. But if the reason is, "Oh, I'm stopping this portion of my life because it will be easier for me to get a man," that sounds corny. That sounds corny as fuck. That sounds corny. That sounds, bitch, what? that, that it just sounds, it just feels disgusting. That feels what? These niggas ain't that sickening, bitch. It doesn't feel good. That wouldn't feel good to me. It's like getting a pussy for a man. It would be similar to that. Like I'm doing this drastic change of myself for a man. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel productive. That doesn't feel authentic. That doesn't feel morally sound. It just feels weird. Mm-mm. I could bat with that. I'm kind of the way too. I'm kind of that way though. Yeah, it's just for me. You know, I'm passionate about future generations because I have been a beneficiary of past generations laying the foundation for me to be able to be as free as I am today. And I feel a moral obligation to do whatever my to do what I can to contribute to whatever that pushing culture forward is. And so within reason. Um, and so giving that up would feel weird. As I get older, how I do it may shift. How I do how I do activist work may shift. But yeah, it definitely won't be for no nigga child. Hmm. Yeah, it just I don't know. Yeah, I could see myself getting older, living in another country, meeting somebody, and us just being happy. Or me getting older, continuing to explore shit that I love to do, and me being happy. Because I'm not lonely. That's not it. I'm not lonely because my life feels good right now. It feels really good. Um, but I do like the idea of being in love again as a grown woman because the love that I felt when I was younger didn't come with the maturity of a woman. There's something about being in love as a grown ass woman that feels like it might be better. You know more, you expect more, you you know yourself more, you know what you bring to the table. The all the insecurities that I had when I was younger just don't. Hopefully, um, there's certain insecurities that I had when I was younger and in love because I hadn't fully come into my own as a woman. And so now that I am fully coming into my own as a woman and I know who I am and I feel like being in love would be great. Yeah. I feel like as a young woman, I was making bare minimum work. I feel like as a young woman, I don't feel like it was surface, but I do feel like I was taking making bare minimum work, taking not taking what I could get because there was way more worse than what I got that I didn't take. But it was very bare minimum. Make sure y'all thumbs up. It is 46 people watching. Thumbs up if you're watching. What else? I'm trying to think of what else do I want to talk about. Um, yeah, we talked about Little Mermaid. We talked about Tina. We talked about Color Purple. Ooh, ba-da-ba-da. Hello, darkness, my old friend. You watched Donna Summers yet? Yes, I love Donna Summers. I loved what I learned about Donna. Donna is a character. Donna is a character, is a woman, is a star who I didn't really know much about. Um, Donna isn't a character who I followed heavily. She was kind of right before I was born and was going out. She had already either washed up and was out before I came when I came into the world. Like people who were rising when I came into the world was like Michael Jackson and Tina Turner. So Donna Summer's star was already fading when I came into the world. So I knew her songs. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the hot stuff, baby, this evening. Some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Baby, tonight. Something. I know the melodies of her music, but I don't know anything about Donna Summers. Um, I knew, you know, the sexy song. What was that? Um, Whatever song which she was moaning. Um, but I didn't know any of her history. I didn't know, but there would be things that would pop up about her that I would be like, "What?" Like when I first saw "Love to Love You, Baby," yes, um, her songs were in every '80s movie soundtrack. Yeah, so I knew hers. I knew um, melodically her songs. Like I knew "Love to Love You, Baby," um, "Darker," um, "Last Dance." Um, Melodically. So I knew those things, but I didn't know anything about her. So when I heard her, when I seen the video clip of her when she was doing her song in German, I was like, I knew she was from Boston because I grew up in Boston. So you hear about that. I heard about Donna Summers when I had moved from Indianapolis to Boston. And so you hear about her in passing, people talking about her. And this is like in the 90s when I lived in Boston. So it was 10 years, 10 plus years before when her star was shining bright. And so you would hear about her. So I'm like, how does this black girl from Boston know German? Like, how did what? And so me watching this documentary kind of informed me on all of that. Like, she moved to Germany. She moved to Germany, and started her career there. Like she took a chance and got in music theater, and her career started in Germany. And then she moved back to America and then blew up, which is freaking dope. Freaking dope. And so, and then her voice, and Selena when she did a disco melody. I didn't know she was with all them damn white men. um, her Also her theatrical side, like the voices she pulled a Josephine Baker. The voice, except Josephine was in Paris and she was in Germany. Um, when I like those, oh, one of my favorite scenes of the documentary is right at the end. I really enjoyed the whole thing, but a powerful scene for me was, we know those classic pictures of Donna Summers. Um, these ones. Donna Summers album covers. No, that's not the one. When Donna Summers did that photo shoot with the one key light behind her hair, where she had the Rick James hair. Um, y'all know what I'm talking about. She had the red lip and she had the Rick James bang and the curly hair, but there was a key light behind her hair to make her hair look like it was glowing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm about to show it to y'all. This one. But it's right at the end of the documentary. She's more browner than this. I don't know why she look all pale and ashy. Probably because her makeup. But that photo shoot that they show right at the end, and in the middle of them doing the photo shoot, she's giving those kind of she's going into different characters, like she's just being her silly self. And I knew those pictures. Those are iconic Donna Summer pictures. But seeing her in video form during that photo shoot, it gives you a glimpse into her personality, how she was a actress, like a theatrical, animated kind of girl. It kind of reminds me of there's some people that y'all have to have met these type of people. There's some people that you meet in your life where this person is a star. Like like if they only had the opportunity, they are a star. And people that I think like that about is like there's nothing else that they could have done but become a star. Like Robin Williams. Like when you see him when he was younger, there is nothing else that you could have been but a star, because you are just this random ball of talent, just energy and talent and spunk and wit and skill. And you are it's Robin Williams is one, where you just know, and it's they have that kind of personality. And Donna Summers was that, where it's like, oh, you're not just a singer. You are you are like a theater girl. Like you can sing and you act and you put on characters, and that's why your albums are concepts. They're just not like, ooh, we recorded a bunch of songs and then picked our favorite ones. And boom, here you go. It was, I have a concept for this album, and boom, these are the songs that go along with the concept, because I am not just a singer, I am an artist. And I use my voice and my body and the caricatures I create to create this vibe for you. I didn't know that about Donna until this documentary. I'm like, oh, it's more to you than just being a voice. Right. Minnie Riperton was that. And so, yeah, it's that whatever that kind of star quality. I never got a glimpse of that with Donna Summers, because her star wasn't she wasn't a star when I grew up. I grew up in the 80s. So her star had already dimmed by the time I came along. Donna wasn't nothing. I don't want to say she wasn't nothing, but Donna was like 70s disco. I don't remember Donna really doing a lot in the 80s. I don't know. She probably did, but I don't remember. Not in my culture where I grew up. So she probably did something, but I don't remember. Creating a song and using different layers of vocal instruments. Lyric is like painting a picture. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It taught me a lot about her. I didn't know that she turned into a homophobe at one point. Um, and she apologized, but it felt like stupid. It felt like I don't know. It felt like her doing that, making that classic God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. That's such a classic, overused homophobic statement. Like, who hasn't heard that? And so for you to say that, and after you get saved, after you do all of this sexy stuff for years, and then you get saved and turned into this chick that's doing worship songs at your concerts, and I don't know. I thought that was dumb, but I also thought it was like, girl, stand on your shit. I'm more. I respect it more, honestly, if you just stand on your shit, especially when the gays kept you alive. That part. That's like that's like Martha Wash coming out saying, I got saved, but I'm not down with the gays. What? The gays made you, honey. Yes, your talent made you, but the people who were keeping you relevant was the gays. And now you Adam and Eve. I never understand it because you could just keep your mouth stuff about that. Sing your songs. Sing your stuff. Little Richard of all people. That was crazy to me. Um, but they also come from these some of these old heads come from a different era, you know. And so, especially when it comes to that religious stuff, they can get I'm getting older. Let me turn back to God. And when you turn back to God, that can kind of turn into when you turn back into a homophobe. I remember she sang at the Oscars when Barbara Streisand got stage fright. Papa, can you hear me? Oh, I don't remember. I would like to hear that song. Here's a secret. I'm not really a super fan of Barbara Streisand. I only like two of her songs, Gotta Move and Prisoner. Those are really the only two songs that I like, that I love from Barbara Streisand. Everything else is kind of, man. I know she's a white gay icon, but I never really. She cool. I think she has a pure, beautiful tone, but she ain't never really been my tea. Yeah, a lot of my homegirls like Barbara. Don't rain on my parade. Yeah, I know so many other versions that I like of that song. So I don't know. Maybe I like Barbara's too. I don't know, but gotta move, gotta get out, gotta find someplace. And Prisoner is one of my favorite songs. Because just its connection to drag. Hmm. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But what other songs? I got my favorite movie. Well, not my favorite movie, but my favorite Barbara Streisand movie is The Mirror Has Two Faces. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. Love it. The most dramatic song I've ever seen. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I only know the song because of Tu Wong Fu. That's what made me fall in love with it. I had heard it before, but that's what made me fall in love with it. Tu Wong Fu, yes. I had heard it before though. What song? There is another song. I do like Memories. If I had to rank my if I had a number three, it would be Memories by Barbara. I do like Memories. And if I had a number four, it would be her duet with Celine Dion. Tell him, tell him that the sun rises in his eyes. That you whisper. I do like her and Celine Dion song. The way we were. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Black Widow. I don't know that song. Mhm. But yeah, yeah. So Donna Summers. Yeah, I definitely didn't know she had all them white men. Baby, her Eartha Kick, baby, don't mind having them some white men. Her Eartha Kick and Diane Carroll. They said, baby, these niggas, I ain't fucking with them. We gonna get us some white meat. Woman in Love is a great Barbara song. Mm. Oh, yeah, her voice. I like her voice. It just God. Barbara's voice is Barbara's voice is Audrey Hepburn to me. Like what I think about Barbara's voice musically is what I think about Audrey Hepburn's beauty. Like you see Audrey Hepburn, and I'm like, okay, I can see why y'all liked her, but she does absolutely nothing for me. It's like I see her. I see people why people like her. I see when people explain who Audrey Hepburn is, and they explain her, Breakfast at Tiffany's, her collaboration with Givenchy for decades, and I understand. But when I see her with my eyes and my taste, I look at her and I'm like, meh. Okay. That's how I feel about Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand is Audrey Hepburn to me. Average white woman. Yes. Like a beautiful white singer. Like, yes, your voice is beautiful. I know why people like to hear you. It's beautiful. Like yes, your tone. I understand why people like you, but what I like, you don't give it to me. And so, well, okay. Exactly how I feel about Audrey Hepburn's beauty is what I feel about Barbara Streisand's voice. Those are perfect in my cultural mentality. Those are a perfect pair of the mirror of reflection. Exactly that. I prefer Shirley Bassey or Dionne Warwick instead. I don't know if I put them in the same category, but yes. But yes, Shirley Bassey is my tea. I love Shirley Bassey. Love, 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 love Shirley Bassey. Shirley. There's so many. So many songs I love by Shirley Bassey. She's so dramatic. I think my favorite song by Shirley Bassey is Tonight. I gave the greatest performance of my life. Yeah, I think my greatest performance of my life. Because she's so dramatic. It's so perfect for her voice. But other songs. I who have nothing. I like that song, but that ain't my favorite. That ain't my favorite. I do like it though. Um, I like probably my favorite songs is y'all probably. I don't know if y'all know them, but they're not her popular ones. Like I love Diamonds Are Forever. I love I Who Have Nothing. I love those, and even Goldfinger. Yeah, yeah. Those are her classics, but it was the ones that are not her classics that usually are my secret. I love those songs though, but tonight you gave the greatest performance of my life. Greatest performance. That's what the name of the song is. Greatest performance. Just because her drama is needed. Her drama is needed for that song. um, there's a song called "Impossible." She's like, um, "It's impossible." Um, Ask the sun to leave the sky. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Ask a baby just not to cry. It's just impossible. If I hold you closer to me and I feel you running through me, split the seconds for me to live without your love. It's just impossible. I love Impossible. I love her rendition of Clear Day. On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you see who you are. On a clear day. There's a song that she sung when she was really really young called "Would You Like to Burn My Candles from Both? Would you like to burn my candle from both ends?" And I love that song. Um, yes, it's repeating. My love is like that is sounding. I don't know the words. Da, 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 dee. But the mountain is here. But it is all just a be repeating. I don't know the words. But yes, I love that song too. History repeating is love. Oh, just a little bit of history repeating. They say the next big thing is here. Hmm. Yeah, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. Dionne Warwick. Um, I loved 70s. No, I never love this way again. That, to be honest, who I loved. All I hope is good. Yeah, that's a Dion I loved. Love is so good. Judy Garland, no. Worse than Barbara. I did not like Judy Garland's voice. That was definitely out of my age range for me to love her. Yeah, definitely was not, Judy Garland was like, oh, I love Gladys Knight. Um, Judy Garland, think about white singers. Yeah, Judy Garland, she's worse than, I'm trying to think of an actress that I could give y'all that would be a reflection of Judy Garland. um, Lauren Bacall. I guess she would be. I'm talking about old school. I get Lauren Bacall, maybe. Yeah, I love Julia. I don't love um, like I know Lauren Bacall, but yeah, I just don't exactly. I know Lauren, but that's how I feel about Judy Garland. I know who Judy Garland is because of um, Wizard of Oz, but if you tell me to sing a Judy Garland song that's not associated with Wizard of Oz, I could not sing it. If you tell me to tell you my greatest performance of Marilyn, no, I love Marilyn. Marilyn is not anywhere near. Um, I can. She is a Marilyn. I love Marilyn. So I'm trying to find actresses that parallel what I feel about these singers. And Judy Garland would be Lauren Bacall because I don't know shit about Lauren Bacall other than her being pretty in one movie that she was in, and so that would be Judy Garland. I know Judy Garland. People like Judy Garland. I know people like Judy Garland, but for me, baby, who are you? I don't know her music. I don't know. I don't know. I can't see you a Judy Garland song. Like if y'all ask me to sing a Judy Garland song right now, there is nothing in my other than Somewhere Over the Rainbow. There is no repertoire in me that I can pull out. Like I know Judy Garland from Over the Rainbow. So as far as her music and her star power after, now I remember now I have some visuals in my memory of Judy Garland singing with other people, like when they used to do the variety shows. Like I remember her and Barbara Streisand. I remember her and Diane Carroll. I remember her and like her with other people. I can't sing any of the songs, so I don't know what they were singing, but I remember her and Carol Burnett. I remember her and people, but I don't remember her anything about her by herself. Meet me in St. Louis, and that's only because Sex and the City movie. Don't know it. Have you watched Queen Charlotte? Yes. So I don't know if I talked about it already. Yes, I talked about it on Marsha's Plate. I didn't talk about it here. Um, the man that got away from a star is born is good. No, don't know it. Even then, I'll sing Patty's or Sarah Vaughan's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow before Judy. And I'll sing Ella Fitzgerald's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow before I sing any of theirs. Because I like how Ella starts it. I like Ella starts it with when all the world is a hopeless jumble, there's a um rain what's she saying? When all the world is a hopeless jumble, there's a rainbow tumble all around. And the raindrops tumble all around heaven. opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyways, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place beyond the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why in a world you try? Love Ella's version. That's my favorite of that song. She's not like Cher, where we know almost every song she sang. Yes, Cher is a icon. I was talking about Cher the other day. There was a song that they were saying. Oh, there was a song that was supposed to go to Cher that Donna Summers did. Um, and they were like, "Oh, that would have sounded ugly with Cher," and I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about because no, Cher is not. She's not gonna give. Cher is gonna give you Cher, and what she gives you is sickening. Cher is not gonna give you this amazing, ridiculous, soulful. No, no, no. I won't say soulful because they do be soulful, but she's not. I don't consider Cher an amazing singer, but I like Cher's voice. Does it make sense? Like, no, I'm not. I'm not comparing Cher to the great singers, but I like how Cher sounds. There's certain people's voice that I just like how their voice sounds, and Cher is one of them. Like, I just like how I like her voice. Yes, it's unique. You know, when you hear Cher singing, you know it's Cher. It's like Joni Mitchell. Like, I'm not putting Joni Mitchell's voice up there with the great voices of all times, but I like the way Joni Mitchell's voice sounds to me. That's a perfect example. Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell has a great voice. She has a thing. Yeah, she does. So I like Cher. And so there was this song that Donna Summers did, and I was like, Cher would have ate that up. That's why they were trying to sell it to Cher, because Cher would have ate that song up. You can think she wouldn't have, but I know based on knowing what Cher sounds like and what Cher has done with other musical stuff, no, she is not some powerhouse vocalist. But what she does is sell the song that she gets the way she does it, and it would have sounded good. She would have ate it. I can't remember what song it was though. You think most famous singers have a unique voice tone as well? I think so. I think most famous singers, one of the reasons why they are famous, I don't think every single one of them have it. But I think most famous singers, yeah. I've talked about this before. I think that you have a tone. What makes you a great singer is your tone, your range, your power, and your agility. Those are the four things that makes you a good singer. And everybody has different of them. But the best ones have unique voices that you can hear. I know this is her. That's what makes them great. Now, I think there is a for somebody like a Whitney Houston. There's people like Whitney who has a versatile voice, who she can do a show tune, she can do a pop tune, she can do a gospel tune, and and it can fit. Like she knows how to make her voice fit, and she has a versatile voice. Everybody doesn't have a versatile voice. Hello, Jordan. Do you like the Weeknd's voice? I hate the Weeknd's voice. Hate it. Hate, 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 hate. He is one of the voices that I hate of this generation. Mariah. I love Mariah's voice. Especially Mariah in her prime. I like 90s Mariah better than any decade of Mariah. 90s Mariah is my favorite Mariah. A lot of people like 2000s Mariah. I don't. I like 90s Mariah. 90s Mariah. Ooh, 90s Mariah is up there in my top singers. How late you staying up? About 20 minutes, 20 more minutes. I'm gonna stop. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay up because I got some stuff I need to finish watching. I want to watch the something a man named Otto. I heard that was good. I'm glad you got a gospel album from Whitney. I'm glad we got a gospel album. When we talk about Preacher's Wife, I have a conspiracy that The Weeknd is a troll experiment. You feel Mariah has a unique tone? Yes, absolutely. She sung every genre, style, of music in the '90s. Yeah. Mm, I'm outside about to get to. What does that mean? Where are you going to eat? You want to go to BB's? I'll meet you at BB's. Have you heard Mariah? Jesus, what a wonderful child. Sis was thinking. Nope, I haven't. Yes, Dolly Parton is another unique voice and a beast pen game. A beast pen game. That's one thing about Dolly. That pen game is nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. BB's is five. Oh, um, it's off of. It's in the neighborhood. Yeah, it's in Montrose. It's actually where you're at now. I'll text you the address so you can see where it's at. Oh, you at it's not far from you at all. You're at are you at Barcode? It's like 3 blocks from you. If you're at Barcode, yeah, it's BB's is not far from you. It's like 3 blocks. It's on West Hammer. Mm, 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 mm. I can meet you down there. Hey, what time is it? Oh yeah, they don't close till yeah by Cats. Yes, it's across the street from Cats. Yeah, I feel like some boudin links. Okay, I'll let you know when I'm. I'll text you when I'm on the way. Mm, 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 mm. What is Roxanne's over there doing? Are they? Is it a cute show or there's a BB in the Heights too? If you remember correctly, I'm gonna like going to the Heights. um, what's the show giving? Oh shit, my phone about to go. Okay, well, let me charge my phone. I like the show. It was All Black Girls Tonight. Oh, cute. Yeah, most folks is in Dallas, ain't it? Miss Gay USA on the 26th. Yeah, it's Miss Gay USA, right? This weekend. Is it final night tonight? Yeah, it's final night tonight. Oh, Portia won. Word. Come on, Portia. Come on, H Town. I know that's right. Come on, Portia. Portia been going after it for a minute. I know that's right. Yes. That is sickening. The girls. I know that's right. Is Mia coming back to Marsha's plate? No, Mia quit Marsha's plate. Why would she come back? She's doing something else. She said she wanted to do something else. Does I think Z has a podcast. I think she'd be on his podcast. Yes, 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 yes. Mm-mm. Oh, who won Classic? I am so happy. Cyria won Miss Black America or Miss Black Universe. What she win? Cyria won, and now Portia Paris won. This is so cute. I love this. I love when I know the girls who won. Malaysia, I like Malaysia Black though. Is Malaysia Black the one I know? Yeah, I like Malaysia Black. Yeah, I like Malaysia Black. Yeah, she won. Won Miss Trans International art pageant a couple of years back. She was our queen for a couple of years ago. Word. Come on, Malaysia. Word. Yeah, she is H-Town. They took 5 admin points from her. Oh, ooh. For what? Oh, shade. Well, let me get off here so I can charge my phone, and I will see you down there. I'm gonna text you when I'm headed that way, Brianna, and I'll meet you at BB's. Oh, as they should have. Sound weird. But all right, I will see y'all later. Make sure y'all thumbs up. Y'all have a wonderful day. And rest in peace, Tina Turner. We are going to miss you. You did your job, sis. You came here and shook the whole world up. You you did your thing. Rest in peace. All right, y'all. Bye.